About the condition of Congressman Steve Scalise, who was shot on Wednesday.
Doctors say it was bad at first, an imminent risk of death. But the news is better tonight. CBS 2's Dr. Max Gomez joins us now with more on the congressman's condition. Doctor?
That's right, Jessica and Maurice. You know, we often think that if a person survives right after a gunshot wound, that the rest is simply healing the damage. But injuries like Congressman Scalise's are much more complicated, with multiple organ systems involved, any of which could still lead to serious disability or death.
The congressman's status remains critical. We are encouraged by improvement in his condition over the last 36 hours. We have controlled the internal bleeding, and his vital signs have stabilized.
Those are the most important factors in the immediate aftermath of a major gunshot wound like the one suffered by Congressman Scalise. Doctors say massive bleeding in his pelvis and shock had put the House Majority Whip at imminent risk of death when he was admitted to the trauma center.
A single rifle wound that entered in the area of the left hip. It traveled directly across towards the other hip in what we call a transpelvic gunshot wound. The round fragmented and did substantial damage to bones, internal organs, and blood vessels.
The lead trauma surgeon did not specify which organs were damaged, but the pelvis contains bladder, colon, ureters from the kidneys, as well as major blood vessels and nerves. Depending on how long organs were without blood supply can also determine any permanent damage. Damaged nerves can also lead to disability. Then there are the many fragments left behind.
It's quite common that we don't remove bullets and fragments, and that's the case here as well. I have not counted, but I would guess that there are hundreds of fragments, and usually there's more risk involved in trying to find and remove those fragments than benefit. So we have no intention to try to remove all bullet fragments at this point.
Now, there is still significant risk of infection, especially if the colon was pierced, so the congressman is not out of the woods yet. And what hasn't been discussed is whether or how long his brain may have gone without oxygen if he was in severe shock. He's sedated at the moment, so we don't know anything about that for a while. But they're saying they're expecting him to be able to walk again and perhaps even to get back to physical activity. So we'll see.
Excellent news. Thank you, Doctor.
You bet.